Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. Great to see you again, Chip. Great to see everybody out there in the On the Chain family joining us on this great day because we're going to talk a little bit about XRP. You guys know it. SEC ethics issues? What? Say it ain't so. We're going to get into that. There's some interesting discourse on that. Retail investors are not staying silent, and a new day is coming. And you know what? It's not just crypto. It's in you see a lot of the feeds coming out, even those that are investing just in stock, have nothing to do with crypto. Everybody's upset on the retail side with the SEC. Maybe they're overstepping, Chip. Ready to kick this thing off?
Maybe. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Oh, yeah, Jeff. Well, I like how you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. It's a possibility. I mean, they maybe, could be, might be. It's always a possibility. The question mark, tease. Always better to tease it that way, Jeff. It's like, it could be happening. We're not 100% sure, but everything seems to point that direction. Everything seems
we need one of these that's a question mark. Woo woo, woo woo,
yeah.
woo woo.
A wow button.
A wow.
Yeah, we haven't used that in a while, Jeff.
What?
Probably hope there's nobody epileptic out there that can actually get.
Ooh, maybe.
Oh, I thought this was funny. How the Owl said, "Oh no, I just broke my screen poking Gary's eyes out." On the thumbnail. So yeah, that's
man, we got Pucky coming in from Oregon. Everybody give a quick shout out where you're tuning in from. And we got some funny stuff. I don't know, funny, but we got some interesting stuff that we're going to start this thing off with. I don't know why I said funny, but it's interesting. We got this great tweet from John Deaton.
JD, let's put it up there.
JD, there it is. So Chip, let's dig into this a little bit.
Yeah, so John Deaton is quoting a tweet that was put out by Bitcoin Magazine. Says, just in, UK's Law Commission proposes law reform to turn region into a global hub for Bitcoin and digital assets. So this is what it looks like when you're moving forward with innovation. This is what it looks like to promote innovation. This is what it looks like what normal humans do on a normal basis. They want to promote their country. They want to make it the hub. They want to attract this type of business because they believe in and promoted it. John Deaton responded, the UK's FCA is leaving the SEC, CFTC, and Congress in the dust. They've classified XRP, a hybrid token, partially acting as both an exchange token and a utility token, not a security token. The U.S. led the internet. Yeah, the U.S. led the internet revolution, but will miss leading the blockchain revolution. I mean, incredible, right? And then, of course, I answered it and said, well, the adults in the room are about to take the reins this November. The red team has the most pro-crypto, anti-Gensler/SEC overreach advocates.
True.
They're pro-innovation in the crypto space.
True.
And if you could play, as Rep Representative Tom Emmer said, understand, sir, there's a new day coming. You want to cue that up, Jeff?
Yeah, this is a quick shout out for all those guys out there named Gary. This is for you, Gary. You know who you are. See, let me play this. Let's hear this.
Under Chair Gensler, the SEC has become a power-hungry regulator, politicizing enforcement, baiting companies to, quote, come in and talk to the commission, then hitting them with enforcement actions and discouraging good faith cooperation. Understand, sir, there is a new day coming. Thank you. I yield back.
Boom.
And there you have it. And there you have it. Understand, sir, there is a new day coming. That new day is right around the corner. We have November right around the corner. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting.
I think so, Jeff. And what's funny about that is that reminds me of the Willy Wonka line at the very end of the movie, the original one, the good one, the original Willy Wonka, where he says, "Good day, sir." He's like, you signed a contract. Good day, sir. And he says, the good day, sir. And there's a new day coming, sir. There's a new day coming. And there is a new day coming. And this is going to be interesting as well because, Jeff, with the exception of a few on the left, on the right, and the blue team, let's say the blue team, okay? There are some crypto advocates, but it seems like their voices are getting buried by their own team. Like they have been vocal about it, but it's almost like don't say that too loud. We got other things to worry about. And it's like, meanwhile, We're talking about innovation here, Jeff. I mean, you see what's happening over here. So we're talking about innovation. We're talking about, and I love how Deaton pushes, how he contrasts what happened with the internet revolution. Can you imagine? Now, I know they wanted to get taxes involved early on that, but thank God the Congress at the time, you had a red team Congress, you had a blue team in the White House, and they said, hey, no, we're not going to do that. Now, eventually all those taxes and all that stuff crept in later, but they knew that, hey, we got to let this thing grow. We got to let it evolve. We got to let the economy fly, because the economy was booming back in the 90s.
Man, the economy was booming. It was crazy, right? I mean, that whole .com era was massive. And look where we're at today. It changed everything. Imagine if Gary was the chair of the SEC back in the 90s. I have a feeling we wouldn't be where we're at today within the .com era. So I think it would have really put some really impacted it detrimentally. I want to give a quick shout out to Beth. There you go, Chip, from Buffalo.
Hometown. Well, North Tonawanda, but close enough. Buffalo. I love my
Buffalo.
People's from Buffalo. I have a couple folks a couple people from Buffalo in that area, Western New York.
Oh yeah. And here you got Tony coming in from Daytona. What's up, Tony? Heck yeah, XRP soldiers.
This one from Hydroponics, very Hydroponics, Alan, Chip, and Jeff. We are going to be innovators in this great crypto space about what you're doing. Thanks for doing it, staying with this last several years and watching here on the channel. And also, thank you for being a supporter of the channel. And, he's got the little custom icon. I really appreciate that, Alan. And, a lot of the content we do bring you, being a supporter does help. It does help. We do have stuff associated with the channel. So anytime you want XRP, regulation, blockchain focused Ripple stuff, you want that kind of content, you want the very unique perspectives that Jeff and I bring to it, go ahead and you can become a supporter, or you can go to the website and you get a free email, whatever, and you can do that as well. We don't have a Patreon. People go, you guys have a Patreon? You know why we don't have a Patreon, Jeff? Because it's centralized and people have been deplatformed. And you know what? We don't pay any fees on ours. Ours is direct, but
that's right.
If you want to go to onthechain.io, you can support us like a Patreon, but we don't have the fees involved. Now I'm talking about creator fees. You pay 12% on that.
Edward's down with OTC.
Always Edward's down with OTC.
Yeah, we got the crypto investigator tuning in from San Francisco to Oregon for 2 days, back to the Bay tomorrow. Damn, the weekend did go fast. You know what? I look, there's really only 2 days in the week, Friday and Monday. It's always Monday and it always seems to be Friday, and you're getting ready for the weekend, then it's Monday again.
Desert Fox has a golden ticket. We all have those golden tickets. I love how you did that, Desert Fox. Nice. Well done. The old golden ticket, the old Willy Wonka reference right there. And I think what we're really getting into here is
good stuff.
It's pretty crazy, because what I see going on with the crypto Twitter sleuths, man, don't mess with crypto Twitter, especially the XRP. I like to call it the community. I know a lot of people call it the army. I'm not a big, I also think too, because there's Scotty from XRP Army, and I kind of feel like that's his thing. And, that's how we reference him, but we're a community, man. We're together. We're in it to win it, together. And that's
in it to win it.
Yeah. And there was this one here. Now, I don't know where it's funny. This new account Spark, I have my guesses about who this might be. I don't want to necessarily share this, but look at this right here. This account's just kind of like popped up. It's already got almost 3,000 followers here, but it's on Twitter at GenslerFacts. It's got a picture of Mr. Gary Gensler there, and it says, "Look what we received in our tip inbox last night: the ethics agreement memo that Gary Gensler signed with the SEC ethics office when he came aboard as chairman." Right, there's a little bit of a thread right here. And there it is right there is page 1, 2. And basically it's him talking about his commitment, what he's going to do at the SEC, what he's going to kind of walk back and kind of step back from managing. That's in here as well. He talks about, there's 7 sections in total. And he kind of talks about each one and addresses them. I don't know if this letter is real or not, but it is interesting, Jeff. It says that Gary Gensler resigned as the managing member of the unregistered and illegally operating Annabelle Lee LLC, but will continue to have a final interest in this entity. And I believe somebody pointed out that Annabelle Lee LLC that he says he's no longer going to be part of, personally running it. I thought that was what was the LLC that was in charge of running his wealth fund. Not 100% sure, Jeff. This is just speculation. We don't know. We don't have any confirmation. So he's asking right here. So the comptroller of the Maryland Constitution, are you going to ask Gary Gensler's proxies to come in and get registered? Come on in, get registered. That seems fair game and all. But who knows, Jeff? You know, part of this was January 29th of 2021, and it's hard to know if this is actually
yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Nobody knows if
make
this
those
is
determination, but
and if it's real and things that are cited in here talks about Annabelle Lee. So it's always hard to know. But I find the account interesting in the fact that all of a sudden it sprung up and it's all Gensler focused. So somebody in the community started this website and started a focal point just for putting these types of things on. Again, I mean, you know, here we don't like to speculate. We like to have a little bit of confirmation, Jeff. We don't just like to wildly position this as real because we don't know.
Like something. Do like something. You know, we do know though, Chip, is that your act passed. It was Chip's act.
Yeah, I saw my name being bantered around there and the thing. I'm like, look, man, I was going to tweet that out. Like, have nothing to do with this at all. It's not, my Chip Act is going to look very different.
It was voted through both the Congress and the
and you want to explain to everybody what that is in the U.S. What that bill is all about?
Yeah, it's a legislation to help Chip out.
It is not. That is fake, phony, and false. That is not true.
Well, Chip is the one who authored this bill, and
I wish I authored it. It would say a lot of things, not that.
Representatives, and so here, so this bill, and it's interesting because the White House came out and said that this is going to allow for a White House representative in the crypto digital asset space. Not sure how that happens, but they have $54.2 billion appropriated to for chips and public wireless supply chain innovation. I love how they make all this stuff up as it goes along. So we have $39 billion in financial assistance to build, expand, or modernize domestic facilities and equipment for semiconductor fabrication, assembly, testing, advanced packaging, research, development. And this is really important because this means they want to bring all those semiconductors, all those chip production facilities that are currently over in China. They want to allow that to happen here in the U.S. Within the incentive, up to $6 billion may be used for the cost of direct loans and loan guarantees. Then you have R&D, $11 billion for research and development. Now that's National Semiconductor Tech Center. They have the National Advanced Packing Manufacturing Program, Manufacturing U.S. Semiconductor Institute, Microelectronics, Metrology R&D. Now the question is whether or not this is going to happen immediately, what it's really going to mean, and how much of that money is actually going to be pushed to companies that are developing, and how much is going to find its way into the pockets of politicians. That's what I'd like to know. But here you have American International Tech Security and Innovation, $500 million going in that direction. $1.5 billion going to the Wireless Supply Chain Innovation Fund. So, man, what do you think? I mean, is this creating helpful incentives to produce semiconductors? But if that's all it was, but it seems like there's more to just producing semiconductors, right? Commerce, R&D, and workforce development programs. But I guess a lot of it focuses on semiconductors. But as you dig in, it's not all that. There is more. Just not finding it in this write-up here.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, here's the way I look at this, Jeff. Congress is about 20 some years behind in this whole thing because this is not a new development. This has been going on for a long time with semiconductors. And so let's break this down. Let's mini workshop this. Congress is passing a bill to further innovation with chip makers here in the United States. However, what is a huge and a massive industry right now is crypto and the innovation that's going on in crypto, but they can't be bothered to do that. This is incredible to me.
Right.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. You want to promote under the same vein that they're passing this, like promoting innovation so that you're not dealing offshore and you can go ahead and have that innovation right here. Okay. Take that same thought process and let's move that over into the crypto world, Jeff. I mean, where am I going wrong on this?
Yeah, well, that's it. We see them tripping all over themselves once again, because like you said, we've known for years for years that we've seen a bleed off of our production. A lot of it going to China, the majority of it going to China. We knew that it was creating a national security issue. But look at this, only 12% of chips are currently manufactured domestically. So we had 37% in the 90s. So you would have some concern, and this goes back to, let's just make it cheaper. Doesn't matter if it's better. Let's lose our control over it. But here, while they're doing something that we should have been doing already from, day one, is making sure that we're leveraging ourselves and protecting our production. But now they're not even looking at, like you just said, at the whole crypto innovation. If we lose that, then
That's
we're
always
again, then we're going to be 20 years behind the 8 ball on crypto.
But
So what in the world?
should I remind ourselves and remind the audience and people here since the beginning, when in December 22nd of 2020, when the SEC dropped a lawsuit against Ripple, you and I, when we started breaking it down, and actually we were only broadcasting once a week, and we said, oh no, we were going daily and just breaking that whole complaint down. And one of the things that you and I came to the conclusion of is that we may end up getting some resolve, like quicker regulations by this lawsuit than what actually goes through Congress. And sadly, and I'm sad to say that may prove to be true. Now we're almost coming up on 2 years this December. Who would have thought that that's nothing still happened? But again, that's an ineffective Congress. Before we go any further, Jeff, I want to throw up this from KHUD. Appreciate that support. It says, call me a little boy, but it's my crypto and I'll move it as fast as I want to. That's right. And that's always how it should be. Nice. Government should never pick winners and losers.
That's right.
Always leave it in the hands of the people. And look at the Crypto Investigator. Appreciate that support. Massive. My contribution to Chip's facility.
If everybody didn't know, Chip will be building semiconductors in his basement. Yep.
We don't have a basement, but I'll be building in the garage. My new facility. We've already got the first start to the facility. We're going to be building them right here in South Florida, Jeff. We'll have our own facility. We'll call it the OTC chip making facility. It'll be epic. It'll be legend. So I appreciate that, Crypto Investigator. I'm sorry, I was taking that off there.
So I wanted to throw this one up. I like this. Jimmy Void, SEC, and Gary Gensler get the gas phase.
The gas phase. I love the gas phase.
You better believe they get the gas phase.
Oh yeah, the gas phase. Look up the gas phase here if you don't know it.
I wish we could play it. We couldn't play it because that'd be copyright issues. But it'd be great.
Issues, big time.
Jim D.
Wouldn't work.
The most compelling argument for XRP is its settlement speed, so fast and converting back to fiat does not incur an inflation tax on currency value depreciation with 3-day SWIFT settlements. Good stuff, man. There are good arguments for the XRP. Man, we're looking at an interesting, point in our history in the U.S. So for all those that are tuning in from outside the U.S., why don't you give a quick shout out where you're tuning in from? I saw SPF is here from Australia. I'm sure there's some other Australians that are logged in. We'll give a quick shout out. But here in the U.S., we're in a very historical moment where November is going to be the watershed moment, the turning of the tides, the tsunami that will bring us back on track and put the U.S. back in its rightful direction. Now, why that's so relevant is mainly because of what we're seeing right now in this crypto space. And Chip, I think you're right. Very poignant to the fact that this Chip Act, is just a little bit late. Should have happened. There should have been some emphasis on, well, maybe we shouldn't push production. That was back in the 90s. So this is really the turning of the tides. Forget about these acts through Congress, that we're seeing that are belated. We need to see some real action, and we're going to see that come November. So I think actually January, what do we look up? January 3rd is the start date. January 2023 is going to be the turning of the tides, and we're going to see some very positive legislation coming due here in the U.S., which is very important for us in the U.S. and it'll have a good impact globally.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be, again, I mean, you can look at this all kinds of ways. You could say, well, what's going on is not right and blah, blah, blah. You can gripe about it, but you can also see it's like one of the more interesting movies we've had in a while. And there's always a turning point in that movie when we're watching how things unfold. And it's interesting to see how this is going to work. You know, Deaton has actually said that, you know, it may be that Gensler actually resigns, but Gensler is going to have an incredible amount of heat put on him, especially when he's dragged in front of committees where he actually has to answer questions, not get these softball questions, these little loud questions like, "Hey, what do you like for breakfast? Do you like scrambled eggs or do you like over easy?" Like these kind of like silly questions where, no, we're asking you a question, but as we've learned from most of these hearings, they just obfuscate, and they don't even answer the question. They're like, "Well, I don't get to it."
Well, that makes sense, Chip.
Okay, well there you go, and there you have it. And then so I want to throw this other one up from this John Deaton tweet thread right here, which I think he's been on fire lately. Don't get John Deaton fired up, Jeff. I didn't even realize how long this tweet thread was. Holy.
Jeremy Brown, Ajax Canada. Is that Ajax or is that just Ajax Canada? I think
he was telling Ajax that he's from Canada.
Is there an Ajax in here? Or is Ajax a place in Canada?
I don't know. It could be Ajax.
I think Ajax is a place in Canada.
Holy cow, man.
Couldn't be perfect. We got Toronto in the house. A lot of Australia. Got Rio de Janeiro. There's some Melbourne right there.
Beautiful, man.
And then we got
Oscar. Icy
Spicy Iceland.
Icy Spicy. Speaking of spicy,
Kate Hud from Vero. And we got Florida. Florida's representing strong. That's what we got.
Represented. Yeah. Oscar's
Sean
been doing
from where? ATL from Atlanta. Nice.
Here we go. I want to throw up some. So Oscar's been doing some great stuff here. What's up? You got people entering the studio?
Come say hi.
People entering the studio.
Right. Is
it Aaron? He doesn't want to come in and say hi.
He doesn't want to come in and say hi.
Yeah, same with my kids.
I said, "You want to come in?" He said, "No, that's all right."
Like, yeah, Dad's doing a podcast. I'm like, they don't care. It's the best thing about that is they just don't care. It's like roll the eyes. Like, so what? Like, what are you doing?
However, he was asking about the monetization of YouTube views, and so he was asking and kind of breaking it down. So it's been churning for the past couple of years. You know, he had a YouTube channel years ago, but it was a little premature. But he's been churning in his brain on setting up this YouTube channel for a little while.
Nice. So, well, I think you ought to do it. If you're thinking about it, it probably ought to happen. Yeah. So there was this massive tweet thread that Deaton put up. Here it is. I'll put some of it. I didn't realize how massive it was. But he said, you know whose name's missing on all those privilege logs and emails? Danae Serrano. Who is that? The ethics chief who sternly informed Bill Hinman that he was barred from the criminal financial conflict laws. And then here it was right here. There she is, Danae Serrano right there. But this was the, holy cow, there it was right there. This was from 1/25/2018. And this was to Bill Hinman from Danae Serrano. And it said, happy to talk live. My Outlook's up to date if you want to schedule something. However, and John Deaton highlighted this, the analysis is the same for Simpson as it's always been. You have a bar under the criminal financial conflict with Simpson because you have an ongoing financial interest in the firm. Meeting with them while having such a lunch is a conflict and it's not permitted. As we discussed during your briefing, even calls with them, not permitted. It seems it's also a serious optics issue. You cannot be seen granting special access to your firm if you have a financial interest in it. This meeting is small enough to raise concerns. As for Rob, I'll coordinate with him and his staff on whether it presents any conflicts for him. So that was like the stern little thing. And here it is right here. This was from the, there's the bio on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's what? Yeah, right there. So it says
a lot of ethics issues that are
right. I mean, that's
navigating.
These are one of the emails that came out, and Deaton's like rightly pointing to it, saying, you know, whose name's missing here. It's pretty obvious whose name's missing. Bill Hinman conflict of interest right there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Simpson Thatcher. This was on July 27th. Simpson Thatcher ending its membership with the EEA was 100% intentional and attempts to lay. That's the what is the EEA? It's the Ethereum something Foundation Association something, but it's the Ethereum Foundation or whatever they call that alliance. The Ethereum something alliance.
Exquisite Ethereum alliance.
We'll call it that because we don't know what the real thing is. Someone in the chat will notify us. Attempts to lay the groundwork for Hinman to publicly address the issue. They're minimizing the membership. And when Eleanor Terret, who is from Fox Business, reached out, her tweet said, "Oh, they review them from time to time, and they decided that they weren't going to re-up their membership." Oh, how convenient, right? The timing, Jeff. How convenient the timing. Him and McClain knew nothing about it when he gave the speech, and that was yeah. I think he quotes the tweet here. Let me see. I think he puts Ellie's tweet here. Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
As I referenced on Twitter Live, here's the response I received from the Simpson Thatcher press
Enterprise
spokesperson.
Ethereum Alliance.
Thank you, Jeremy Brown. Appreciate that. JB, appreciate it.
I like the exquisite Ethereum Alliance a little better.
Well, we can, yeah. So Simpson Thatcher evaluates its professional memberships, industry affiliations, and subscriptions on an ongoing basis, taking into account the value they provide to clients. In other words, an attorney wrote this from an attorney firm that means nothing. From time to time, we review professional Weird how that professional membership was going strong until all this started coming out. So really awesome for providing that, Ellie. Really good stuff.
I just want to throw in a quick commentary in the middle of this, but want to give a shout out to Samson. How does one join the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit? What might be the benefits of doing so? So I just threw in a link to crypto-law.us. If you go there, the first slider right at the top is XRP holders join the class action. Click here. Oh yeah, I guess I could put it up.
Toss it up there, Jeff.
I can share this with you. Look at that right there. So you can go straight to XRP holders, join the class action, click here. And then you can also go down and read some of the great blog articles that have appeared. Now, this is one from July 12th, right from Deaton. I write to you on this public platform, hoping you will truly understand the damage being inflicted on innocent holders of XRP. I represent 68,700 of those holders. We are users, developers, small businesses, content providers, and investors in the digital asset XRP. In 2015, it goes on. We're not going to get into the blog specifically. You can log in and you guys can read this, but some really, really outstanding stuff. Crypto law, U.S. legal and regulatory news for digital asset holders. And so really, really key. Now, here's something really interesting. So let me just pull this one off. There we go. So it was one of the videos that we did, I don't know if it was from yesterday or this past week, but we had mentioned something with John Deaton on what an amazing job he's doing and how helpful he's been in the crypto space. And they said helpful, he's doing this all pro bono, right. And the comment that he had put in, in our video was, where was the last time you saw an attorney that didn't expect any payment on the outset of a case like this, even if there's a victory, still not looking for any monetary compensate, for this. So, and I said, never, there's never been an attorney that I know of that would do something like this and take a project on like this and not, put in the 2 cents to say, hey, I need to get my, my part of it up front, and even on the back end, but this is really just phenomenal. John Deaton has done a great job. Obviously, we see it on Fox News. We've seen it here on the chain. And actually, if you go to onthechain.io and you type in John Deaton, you too can find the last time John Deaton was on the chain with us.
Exactly. And I wanted to, so, we had Oscar's name up there a little bit ago, and I wanted to focus on these two right here. He did an amazing job on this. So I don't know if we've talked about this enough, but the SEC needs to develop a clear regulatory framework for cryptocurrency and above all else, promote innovation and growth, not drive it away. It's dangerous overreach will hurt everyone. In the meantime, let's predict the future of SEC movies.
Thought I recognized his little thumbnail.
Yeah, look at that right there. So there's right there, the Overreach. So it's a movie poster he made. It's it says The Overreach, a true story about SEC cesspools of corruption.
Oh, this is outstanding.
Brad Garlinghouse gave it 1 star. He said, listen, does it really need to be that long? Gary Gensler said, outstanding. Takes me back to the time I taught at MIT. Judge Torres said, sucked, so ordered.
Oh my God.
She gave it 1 star. Also, Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, said 1 star. I love the first half of it, but then I really hated it. And then Judge Torres again, another one gave it 1 star. I already ruled on this. 1 star. There's the Gensler pillars of enforcement right there. The little barcodes in the background. There it
That's
is.
awesome.
A great, beautiful
There's
movie
everyone
poster.
that played film play. That's great.
Fantastic, man. I mean, just keep him coming, Oscar. This stuff is fantastic. It was Oscar that did it. Wasn't he the one that one time took your, like, made me bald and put hair on you? Like, I think he switched our stuff. Was that you that did that, Oscar? If you can find that, man, let us know.
I think it might have been.
That was an OTC classic right there. There's no doubt about that.
Legendary says Gary says that movie is a security.
Yeah, it's a security. What is a security? And then I got to put this one up too because this was great. This one was actually it was in that tweet thread we were looking at. But he said the weekend surprise for the XRP community and XRP holders and the SEC is here. Put the old eyeball emojis starring Gary Gensler as the chairman, trademarked. It's finally out on VHS home video.
On VHS.
It's on VHS. You want to see what it looks like, Jeff?
And you get your free copy from the SEC. The most expensive film ever made. Oh, that's awesome.
There it is right there. It
came out timely on VHS.
It's about right. I mean, that's the kind of innovation they're looking at. You've got the chairman, a story about love, crime, and anger.
Oh my God, that's great.
It's got Gensler on an old beat up VHS with money bill, fiat currency flying around him with his mouth open, laughing, having a good time. And it says, the most expensive film you ever made, now on home video.
So crypto investigator said, or on beta. What's funny is that Congress is about to pass a law called Beta 2022, and it's going to be about, making sure that they fund the program to start doing some research into the beta video format because they want to bring it back because we've lost all production in the US of VHS and beta and CDs and DVDs for that matter.
And of course, no one could
like the beta.
Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't put this one up, but this was another Oskar. Arnarson says SEC is the perfect monster for a blockbuster. Here's my pitch to Netflix. And there it is right there. Meet with us. Talk to us. What's the worst that can happen? And what you're seeing right now is the pillars of enforcement. That's the pillars of enforcement. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, let me zoom out of this, but there it is. The pillars of enforcement on exchanges everywhere. The 25th of December. Beautiful. Just
classic.
Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Oskar, man. What a valued. I mean, this is what a great member of the community, and happy to have him as an OG here on the chain. Yeah, we keep this content out. We'll get you on here. We'll create a whole show around this stuff. It's fantastic.
Mark tuning in from Ridgecrest, California. What is up, Mark? Can you believe that we have viewers?
Crime and oranges. Sorry, I misspoke. It's love, crime, and oranges. Okay.
Love.
I don't know what I said, but it wasn't oranges. Oopsie. Sorry about that, man. I didn't mean to do that, but it happens.
Big shout out to Cameron Thomas, OTC member.
Beautiful. Buttes. So anyway, that was...
when they throw it into the YouTube chat, it looks like rockets. And then we throw it up here and it's just the text. Come on, StreamYard, get your act together.
Yeah, so here's another one.
Next.
Here's another one that we just saw. There's just so much stuff going on. So, Laura Shin put this up. She hosts a podcast out there, and she put this one up. She said, both Hester Peirce and Caroline the Pham have criticized the SEC for regulation by enforcement on Unchained Pod. That's what it's called. We're on the chain. She's unchained. Who is that? MTash discusses what this means and how it negatively impacts individual entities. Watch the full episode. And there it is right there. And then DEI put this on and said, hey, John Deaton, I'm curious. Have you ever been invited by any of these crypto industry / media people to speak about SEC regulations? Should have been a question mark there. You are involved in the most important case in crypto and predicted that they were coming for exchanges and other digital assets. Any invites at all? Anything? Did anybody reach out to you at all? And
from the crypto industry. I mean, he does show up on Fox Business. So
well, yeah, but they have all these
those other guys.
They have all these fancy schmancy, these things, and then Deaton put this up here. He said, although I made it clear that if the SEC had sued Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, or Joe Lubin, and Consensus alleging that ETH itself in the secondary market is a security, I would have sued the SEC and by representing tens of thousands or more of ETH holders instead of XRP holders. So Deaton is standing on principle here. And again, he's talking about the secondary market, which is which is being alleged against Ripple, that all XRP sold, even on the secondary market, it's all securities.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, did you really say that? It's all securities, Jeff. Just know that.
Does that mean that that all oranges are securities as well?
That's the other point that Deaton has made as well. No, see, the oranges were not. It was the scheme.
Every orange is a security, according to Chair Gensler.
And then he went on to, yeah, exactly. Went on to say that I don't get invited by the mainstream crypto folks because they're usually connected in some way or very friendly with A16Z, which is the VC firm of, what's it called? Escaped me at this time. Him and his now partner at A16Z, one could argue his foresight was rewarded. Plus, I authored the Ethereum Free Pass Memo and Connect to Congress campaign. Yeah, so that might be somewhat of a so then also Chris Dixon blocked me for telling the truth. It said nothing personal. Only the Clayton instructed Dixon to assemble a crypto working group to write a memo to send to Hinman. And A16's longtime lawyer Lowell Ness wrote with the safe harbor that only included ETH. So there you go, Jeff. There it is. New Zealand. Yeah. Last Sunday we had New Zealander Aaron McDonald on from the Fluff World. He was on here, and a famous Kiwi, so it's good to have him on. We had him on like Sunday.
So Samson wants to know what's up with the lemon trees, and he wants to know if we're growing securities, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, we do. Everyone has
first, and then
then I got my lemon tree. So there you go.
And the question is, how many securities are there on a lemon tree?
All of them, Jeff. Though, so if you're
got to make lemonade out of lemons. Can't make
lemonade out of lemons. And if you're Gensler, then I guess they would all be right. Every single one of them would be. So that's
every orange, every lemon,
every single thing. So yeah, and Andreessen Horowitz is what I was trying to say. That's A16Z.
Everyone needs to get a chip haircut.
The hair's looking it's always ever changing, Jeff. If you go back, it's so funny because I looked up an old video and I was looking. I'm like, either for a while I had it super long and then a ponytail, and then I had it short, and then I've had it shaved, and it's.
Here you go, Jim D. What about orange seeds? Now this is a good point. Orange seeds are kind of like the ripples of the XRP. So investors in oranges relying on the labors of Mother Nature to make baby oranges and profits. Now imagine that. Imagine, if you get that case that was lost, did they have to compensate for every orange and every orange seed and every tree growing thereafter?
That is the question. So I thought this was funny here. So John Deaton said, so when you think of the wealthy and powerful people me and my friends have pissed off, you can understand that many people want to keep their distance. It's understandable because some receive funding from these folks or maintain business relationships with them. So, it's all good. And of course, Reggie Middleton said, I believe I can relate to this. Now, if you don't know who Reggie Middleton is, he was in settlement talks, though the SEC filed against him for fraudulent ICO that he came up with apparently. And here's the complaint here. This was a huge one in July. This happened on August 12, 2019. Commission filed a complaint against Veritasium Inc. and Veritasium LLC and blah, blah, blah. So I like that he just commented on that and said, yeah, I think I can relate to this. I believe it. I can relate.
They went after him with a vengeance also. They're going after.
They're ruthless too.
It's amazing. Yeah, they were really ruthless with him, but it is kind of crazy to see. And now they're coming after Coinbase again. They're saying that maybe he sold some unregistered securities. They're just besides themselves because it's upsetting the financial institutions kind of mainstay. Before they understood, who controlled the power, and now it's a little bit ununderstood, not understood. A little bit of confusion, a little bit of turmoil, which goes to the inner infighting between Vitalik and Michael Saylor.
Yeah, but isn't it great? There's some drama going on that's not inside the XRP community for once. So Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin slams Michael Saylor as a total clown. So I'm
Can you imagine that?
What the hell's going on, man? I mean, for
So
real.
Michael Saylor, who's pretty successful, and he's
I mean,
done
yeah,
a
it's
pretty
like,
good job running his companies.
yeah, he hit out at MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor in a recent tweet, calling the prominent Bitcoin maximalist a total clown. And the video clip. So here's what's great. We actually have this clip, Jeff. Let's put some of this clip up here with Saylor. So Saylor responds to this. You gotta love it, man. You have to just dig it. Let's see. Let's put this up there, Saylor.
I mean, if you want to know, look, the issue with ETH is if you want a decentralized network, you have to actually install a protocol, and it has to run unmolested, unmodified for 5 to 10 years before you can conclude that it is decentralized and censorship resistant. And ETH hasn't even got there yet. The clock on ETH won't start until after. The problem with ETH is after the merge, they've still left all sorts of questions. What's the issuance schedule going to be for the next 1,000 years? What are the staking rules? What are the, there's so much, there's such an ambitious technology agenda that the protocol never stops mutating. And the problem with an ever mutating DNA structure is you generally end up with a monstrosity. Right.
So there it is right there. And he goes on and on right there. We don't have to play the whole video clip, but it's interesting, Jeff, that Saylor. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Go ahead, please. Do it full screen. Put it full screen.
I was trying to zoom in on him, but
yeah. Oh, there's
I don't
no
know
audio.
what the music is. I know, but I don't know what the music is. So I'm just
yeah. So you might have to. Well, where's the one where he's doing the rap? That was an original rap.
Oh, yeah. Where's that? I'll find that one.
We'll have to find that one. But that one, I don't remember seeing that one. That's even nuttier. So he's done 2 of these. So you do the first one, where he's out there doing a little bit of rap and dancing. Now he's acting like a bird out there, flapping his arms like a wing. It's, I mean, sometimes you go like, okay, you can give somebody a mistake. Like, hey, man, it's not like a good idea at the time. Turns out it wasn't a great idea. And then you realize that he did it again. He's probably done it multiple times. But you know what? So what? You're a billionaire. What do you really care? At the end of the day, do you really care? Who cares?
Trying to find him here. Where's Vitalik in this video? This is his
just put the Vitalik rap. You should be able to find it.
What I'm looking for. Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to scrub in it.
This isn't him, though, is it?
So
hang on.
Well, what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit more. Do you have it there? There it is. Oh,
Is that him?
I think so. This is it.
Let me see.
Put this up.
Yo, not just to compile
Oh, yeah,
change
he's in
vibe
this one
codes.
somewhere.
We're here to sustain and scale all the full nodes.
Proof of stake is hard, but what I
There
do
he-
know is when we learn a shard, we'll change the whole game, though.
E2.0, yo, E2.0, yo, E2.0, yo, E2.0, yo. Shot 3, BLS, and Lamport, and all of this crypto just sets the stage for Merkle proofs, plasma chains, plat, seekers, narcs coming sober. Privacy scaling in a snap, constant products, oracles, tap, Merkle proofs, plasma chains, plat, seekers, narcs coming sober. Quack, privacy scaling in a snap, constant products, oracles. It's all about apps.
Wait,
Holy crap,
just go back to the part where he rolls out. And, I mean, just that one little bit right there. That's just.
Oh my
It's
god.
so cringeworthy, Jeff. I mean, I can't even tell you.
Who's the clown?
Well, the other thing is, what's up with the like the preschool imagery in the background of like cartoon characters? That's lost on me as well. It's the whole thing is cringeworthy, man. It's so.
Proof of stake is hard, but what I do know is when we learn a shard, we'll change the whole game, though.
E2.0, yo.
Okay. So he says proof of stake is hard, yo. What's he saying there? Proof of stake is
Oh
hard,
my
yo.
God.
I mean, what the hell, Jeff? This is incredible.
Like, you guys worth a shit
Miss
ton
C
of money,
said
but come on.
WTF right there, man.
2.0, yo. Shot 3, BLS, and Lamport, and all of this crypto just sets.
Please make it
Like,
stop. Joe Japro says, now I have anxiety. Fun Out puts it down. Sesame Street. Yeah, it's like
Proof of stake is hard, but
okay.
what I do know
Proof of stake is hard, but what I do know.
is when we
Well,
learn
you
a
know-
shard, we'll change the whole game, though.
What I do know is it's never 2.0 is never coming out. Let's be honest with ourselves, right?
What year was this? Like, wasn't this like 1999?
No, I don't know, Jeff. It can't, well, I mean, it's got to be from 2015 on, at least
No,
at
I
some
know, yeah,
point.
it's-
2014, 2015.
Yeah, no,
2.0 yo says legendary.
2.0
Rainbow rubbish. And,
2.0
so Saylor says he views Ethereum as inherently unethical. Earlier the month, he said the second largest cryptocurrency was obviously a security. So that's what tweaked Vitalik. He's like, obviously it's a security. I mean, gosh, obviously, why wouldn't it be, Jeff?
Obviously,
It has to be.
obviously it was.
Everyone knows. I mean, obviously it's a security. So I thought that was pretty good.
Man,
You should never probably engage in these. You probably should never engage in these types of exchanges publicly. It just never ends well for anybody. And the thing about Saylor is ruthless, man. He doesn't care. He will take you out. He doesn't care. And I mean, I have to say, I admire the guy. I don't always agree with all of his opinions, but look, MicroStrategy, he built a phenomenal company,
Exactly.
and also he was a Bitcoin hater. He thought that crypto in general was a joke. So it's interesting to see somebody shift their position, and who knows where his views will shift over time. But you don't have to love everything he says. But man, I wouldn't mess with Saylor. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't go head to head with Saylor. I would be.
I don't understand why. Why even go down that path? Why call him a clown?
Oscar said it was 2019. Which is
2019.
even sadder when I think about it, Jeff. I was like, if it was 2015, you'd be like, but 2019. I mean, come on, man.
Man, oh man.
That's insanity right there.
Yeah.
So right there, Corey Drew says, my brother-in-law knows you. Tell me who your brother-in-law is, but not here. I can tell you your brother-in-law. Just drop a name. A lot of people know me, man, but it's good to know that your brother-in-law knows. I appreciate that, Corey Drew. I don't know who your brother-in-law is, but that's cool that he knows me. I don't know who that is, but good to know.
Have you ever seen this one?
Oh no, is this the one? Is this the one I'm thinking about?
This is
Of
a different
course,
one.
Jeff.
This is a different one though.
Yeah, that didn't end well either, did it?
One more thing, keep in mind, 95% of the cryptocurrency are bogus. BCCEEEEE and only
He's right.
one of the genuine and authentic BCCEEEEE BitCC platform available in the world who makes
Bitconnect.
ordinary people to billionaires. BCCC and going to be billionaires. Come, join us, learn about the cryptocurrency. साथ में बोलेंगे, मैं बोलूंगा BCC. You speak Jindabad. Okay? Yeah.
Oh my god.
BCC.
Where's the one where he's yelling Bitconnect? Where's that one?
I gotta find that one. I'll find that one.
BCC.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Thank you. Thank you from India.
Well, sometimes these guys do predict their own demise. Where he was absolutely right. Most of them are scams, and that one didn't work out so well for Bitconnect, did it?
Oh my god, that's crazy.
John Doe says Saylor does good for all of us. Yeah, and he actually does in a way for sure.
No, yeah.
And then Rye Guy says, "Got to get those likes up, guys. It only takes a second. If you guys could all, oh yeah, GD. Okay, Glenn Daniels. Yep, GD. An old friend. I love Glenn Daniels. Yeah."
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how you know him. It's interesting. Cool. Corey Drew, Glenn Daniels.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go. This is, I know. I find so much humor out of this.
Jeez. It's the best thing ever. There's no audio.
Oh shoot. Come on now.
No, turn it on. There you go. You got it.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
Oh,
I mean,
my
quite
God.
honestly.
It's just
And you know,
brutal.
now where's the one? There's also one of Vitalik doing something very similar, because I know we played it before. I don't know
Yeah.
how the hell you could find it, if you can find it at all, Jeff. But he was yelling like something about Ethereum or ETH or something along those lines. It was very reminiscent of this BitConnect video. Man, incredible. Incredible. What is going on with these people? They're
And-
absolutely insane.
What is this?
Miss C
Funny
says
moment?
it's absolutely too much.
People are. Oh wait, here.
Like and subscribe. And yeah, if you guys want more, yeah, sometimes we're serious, sometimes we goof around a little bit. But if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and then bell notifier. And sometimes you'll be notified, sometimes you won't. Even Jeff and I, we hit the bell notifier. I'm like, "Do you get the notification?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that happens. It happens like there." So Connie's in the chat today. What's going on, Connie?
Oh
Good to
my
see
God.
you.
Oh my God. Huh?
Hey, you find it?
It's not the same. It's just like, what the heck? Like,
Hey, hey,
There's some-
hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Bitconnect. Hey, hey.
what?
How do you get him
Oh
even
my
doing that? But there's
God.
one where he's doing something very similar, and
Yeah,
he's
the-
even doing the Bitconnect. Hey, Bitconnect. Well, at least I didn't ask him to reprise his role as the rap guy. And I felt like the other guy was at least getting into it a little bit, and Vitalik was just like completely just
Oh yeah. Oh, it's great.
the inflection point was completely off. It was just it was nutty, Jeff. It was completely
Oh,
nutty.
it's great. Great.
And
great.
I wanted to talk a little bit, just a little about this, but on XRP, put this out. You keep looking for that, Jeff. I'll throw this up there. But on XRP announced this. Behold, our light paper, white paper, light paper. It's light paper is like a
Light paper.
condensed version of the white paper.
It's almost like a white paper.
It's further game. The Maladroids, we're aiming to launch on the 6th of September if everything goes as foreseen. And we all know in tech and crypto and everything, there's always something that happens. There's not one thing, it's another, but it's a good read. And this is it right here.
Launching the 6th of September. Maladroids.
This is it right here. The Maladroids. This is the white paper on the
game.
XRPL platform. Mission to make
XRPL,
the
nice.
XRPL more accessible to everybody.
Hmm.
So this is the light paper right here. The mission is to release a game for the XRPL that will open a new utility cases for XRPL assets. We see that gaming is a field that lends itself exceptionally well to blockchain applications. We believe that when applied appropriately, Web3 can significantly enhance the traditional gaming experience. On XRP wants to ensure that XRPL participates in this shifting trend. So look, there you go. There's another use case on the game coming to the XRPL Web3 game. Pretty cool, man. Very cool. This is exciting. Looking forward to this. We got to get those guys on the show on XRP because they're crushing it over there, man.
That's amazing.
Doing a great job. There's the roadmap. We'll launch in Q3 2022. Launches the beta. Then number 2, the community co-creation of fine-tuned mechanics, introduction of a new in-game blockchain applications. So interesting. New game modes. Launch the Maladroids version 1. Introduction of NFTs and then esport tournaments. Jeff, very
Is
cool.
it live yet, or is it?
No, I think they're
live. It's not live
well.
yet.
I think it's the 6th. I think it's the 6th is the launch, expected launch. And the roadmap, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't know exactly when that's going to come out, but they also have a Discord, guys. If you go to onxrp.com, you can look at the Discord too. But I thought that was pretty exciting. I thought it was pretty cool.
After party on Berserker's channel.
The after party, yeah. And anyway, Jeff, that's all we got tonight. And
NZT had some questions. Do you think XRP will go to the moon before gold? I'm hearing XRP will back the ESDR. That gets into the kind of a long drawn out conversation, but
it's a long conversation.
as we're starting to see the movement of different global entities moving their currencies away from or their fiat away from no value to being backed by something. We've seen some big movements from some big countries, big entities.
Yeah, there's a lot of that chatter and talk. You know, there's another one I wanted to get into, but we're just kind of running out of time tonight. But you know, that is a good question, but it's probably for another time because it does get kind of deep and open, and it gets into a lot of stuff right there. So we gotta. Well, anything else you want to hit up? You got any more Vitalik gold over there that we should look at?
No, check out all the nodes, all the XRP nodes up and running, and you got some Australia.
Sweet.
Whatever that is. Wherever that is.
Whoever that is. Jeff with the geography lessons. Geography with Jeff, wherever that is.
Wherever that one is.
Whatever that is, you know, close enough. It's all one country. It's one global community. It's all gray. What the hell? Whatever that is.
It's all grayed out.
So anyway, I don't have anything else. Jeff, do you have anything else before we get out of here?
No, that was good stuff, man. I just want to say appreciate everyone for tuning in. We have the best and the brightest in the crypto space tuning in. So you guys are amazing. Make sure you throw in some commentary. If you're joining in and watching in the replay, We love seeing those comments. And we'll be back on again Wednesday evening for another live. Tune in during the week because we do throw in some shorts. You'll have them. They're like 10 minutes. They're kind of cut up from some of the previous shows. So if you wanted to go back, you can't remember a certain segment, or you missed it, or you want to rewatch it, it's a great way to do that. So we have some great segments that went up over the past couple of days. So make sure you guys tune into those. And that's it. Big shout out to everyone who supported us tonight. Thank you for that. Big shout out to our OTC members. You guys know who you are. Appreciate you guys always. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.
See you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff out. See you guys.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.